I always knew Miyagi had a checkered past. I didn't know that he would cheat at checkers, however. There's our first look at, oh my, the flamboyant Bobby J, considered the #1 contender for that man's title, the NWA Canadian Heavyweight Championship, currently around the waist of R.A.G.E. And Bobby J, who wrestles regularly in Winnipeg, has battled the likes of Rikishi, the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, and even the rock and roller himself, a guy who I'm sure Ladies' Choice patterned himself after, Buck Zumhoff. And it's Bobby J who right away is taking it to the champion. However, R.A.G.E. comes back with a hip toss.
Do I see you with hearts in your eyes, Morrow? How much do you love beautiful Bobby J?
I probably love him about as much as I love a root canal without the Novocaine, LC. And by the way, I know you and I agree about as often as Haley's Comet comes around, but what the heck happened in that tag team match with you and Deshizit? You've not been faring well in the ring wars lately, LC.
Well, you know what? We have a strange and wonderful relationship, Morrow. You're strange, and I'm wonderful.
Thank you very much. He's here all week. Big back body drop by the Canadian heavyweight champion. R.A.G.E. goes for the cover, hooks a leg, and only gets a 2 count. Again, Bobby J as the #1 national contender coming to NWA TRW to challenge for the gold, as R.A.G.E. has proven to be a fighting champion, taking on all challengers. That spans the National Wrestling Alliance, the oldest sanctioning body in professional wrestling. All began in 1948 when Orville Brown was crowned champion, unable to defend the gold due to a car accident. And of course, we know about the Lou Thez legacy, as now Bobby J putting the knees into the guts of R.A.G.E. and comes back with a double sledgehammer.
And once again, Cliff Clavin is a fountain of useless knowledge. Thank you very much, Morrow.
And there's the eye poke from Bobby J. Hey, this business has a rich history. You should look it up sometimes there, LC. Bobby J now has R.A.G.E. along the ropes and now just raking away at his face. As a senior official of NWA TRW, Vicious Vern Siebert, and you talk about a guy who has a video library that's second to none when it comes to this great sport of ours, professional wrestling. Bobby J now continues to work over the champ R.A.G.E. And I don't know, but is it just me or does Bobby J and gorgeous Michelle Starr see the same wardrobe person?
Yes, and they do have the same dietitian too that keeps them both in such beautiful peak physical condition, Morrow.
Well, I understand they're both on seafood diets. They see food and they eat it. Jay fires the champion into the corner, and there's an open hand slap by Bobby J. But R.A.G.E. comes back with a couple of knife-edge chops of his own, make it 4 in a row, and he completes with 5 vicious knife-edge chops, fires J into the corner, and the veteran Bobby J, right at the last moment, turns it into a back elbow, and the champ's back on the canvas, but a cocky cover from the challenger Bobby J.
Well, that was a veteran's move, and he had every right to do a cocky cover. That was for the kids, just to show them how wonderful he is.
Irish whip and a beautifully executed dropkick by Bobby J, and the replay brought to you by Raptors 24-Hour Gym. Some serious hang time on that dropkick from the challenger out of Winnipeg, Manitoba.
I wouldn't be surprised if R.A.G.E. is concussed right now, Morrow.
Unable to put away the champion, though, was Bobby J, as the cover only garners a 2 count.
It seemed like a slow count to me. Come on, Vern, count the hairs on top of your head. 1, 2, 3, Daddy.
R.A.G.E. now feeling the stinging effects of that eye rake across the top rope. And say what you will about Bobby J and his preference in ring attire, this guy is a veteran of the ring wars and is proving to be a tough challenger for the NWA Canadian Heavyweight Champion R.A.G.E.
And you know, just like Keith Richards going to rehab, anger management for R.A.G.E. did absolutely nothing, Morrow.
And there's a schoolboy cover by R.A.G.E. with the 2 count. Bobby J distracted by the crowd here at the Thrill Zone with chants of Barney sucks. So much for I love you and you love me. The crowd in the Thrill Zone definitely not enamored with the challenger Bobby J.
Well, you know what? R.A.G.E. just wants to get close to beautiful Bobby J and those beautiful pink tights.
Bobby J now pulls down the straps. Referee Vern Siebert distracted here momentarily. What's Jay gonna do? Oh, drops the elbow right between the legs as he squashes Regis Spalding's.
And unbelievable, you know what? The telephone lines have lit up. They say, look at beautiful Bobby J and his physique. He should be in a bodybuilding competition, they just said on the phone.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. If he were in a bodybuilding competition, LC, he wouldn't wear for best abs, but I'll tell you something, he'd be in the running for most abs. And R.A.G.E now beginning to rage up. He's had enough of the nefarious shenanigans of Bobby J. Ducks the clothesline. Atomic drop on Bobby J, R.A.G.E style, and there's an inverted atomic drop for good measure, and Bobby J right now is on Queer Street. Well, then again, I think he lives on Queer Street as he gets crushed on the top rope.
I can't believe it. He's going to be late for his date tonight. How dare you, R.A.G.E?
Ride 'em, cowboy! Bobby J feeling the effects of R.A.G.E's wrath kick to the breadbasket. Front face lock, cinches the tight, snap suplex. Will R.A.G.E now? Oh, it looks like he's going to deliver another suplex. And I thought he was maybe going to pay tribute to the late great Eddie Guerrero with the Three Amigos. He stops it at 2 and instead decides to ascend the turnbuckles.
And look at R.A.G.E just as angry as he ever was. Even beat poor Miyagi for cheating at checkers.
And that elbow finds its mark, the sternum of the challenger Bobby J. And it looks like the Canadian heavyweight champion setting J up for the R.A.G.E recliner. This should be it. The referee calling for the bell. R.A.G.E successfully defends the NWA Canadian Heavyweight Championship this week on NWA Top Ranked Wrestling. Bobby J with a valiant effort. And when we